Alright. So I decided to build a tree house because that's what you do in your late 30s, obviously. And yeah, never built a tree house. So, learn some new things. I originally planned on doing this about 2 years ago, but we had COVID lumber prices happen. So, absolutely not. Not willing to pay that kind of dollars. But here I'm bringing up a bunch of wood and gonna build the first wall. I watched like 13 or 14 YouTube videos to learn how to do this. I skipped through most of it. Usually watch on speed 1.5 because that's about the attention span I have. If I was you, I probably already would have skipped towards the end of this video, so you're probably not hearing this. See, I bring up my sawhorse here and I strap it down because I'm afraid the wind or something. It's a table. It's not going anywhere. But I strapped it down, which I get a good laugh out of. And then I mark out where all my studs are going to go on my top plate and bottom plate. And silly thing I did here is I marked them all out, and then I checked for the crown, which is pretty funny because, the marks probably ended up on the wrong side. Don't worry. I won't tell anyone if you won't. But, yeah, pretty neat. So I borrowed this sweet nail gun from my dad. I shot several nails into my yard quite a few times. Pretty good stuff. Everybody should be able to play with one at least 6 to 77 times in their life. I almost shot my hand with a nail at one point. Make sure you are holding your hand away from where you're nailing. That's an FYI for you. Pro tip. Yeah, but I mean, this went pretty smooth. This back wall has no windows. My neighbors don't want to see what I got going inside. I don't want to see what they got going inside. So, a simple wall with no windows is actually really easy to frame. That's basically what I did there. And then I had to sheet it. So, I'll be doing that here in a second. I don't know what the heck I'm measuring there. What the heck? Oh, for the top plate, in order to tie two walls together, you got to kind of like leave notches on the end. And that's exactly what I did there. And then I, pushing up sheets of plywood to get this sucker all sheeted. And see how I offset it there? That's for strength. I learned that, which, pretty freaking sweet. So, yeah. It's fun to do big sheets of wood. It's easy. You got no, nothing to worry about. Just bang, bang, bing, bang, bing, bang, bang. No cuts, no problem. Yeah. But then I gotta bring up another piece and I gotta make the cuts for the corners. And here, you go even with the wall. But the next one, you have to run your sheeting long in order to sheet the other side of the wall, which I made the mistake. You'll see on the next wall of me screwing up. It's pretty sweet. But, you'll also see how disorganized I am over the next several videos. I set stuff down, walk away, forget where I put it. It's a pretty sweet trick to do. But, yeah, look at me go there. Bing, bang, bing, bang, bing, bang, bing. Oh, I'm telling you, get a nail gun. It's so good. Oh, you're going to absolutely love it. I promise. Then, I probably headed down to look for something in the basement. I'm very good at having that super organized, so I'll spend some time in there throughout these videos. So we'll just be watching the neighbor's yard. Nothing really interesting ever goes on over there. But, yeah. So, here's putting on the vapor barrier. And if you look at those red tubes, those are actually like a plastic, if you will. Because I plan on running gabion basket up the walls. And I don't want the rocks against the wall to penetrate the vapor barrier and then cause leaks. So that was my solution there. Found those at Habitat for Humanity. Pretty sweet place. I think I got them for $8 each or something like that. 7, maybe it was $7.50. I can't remember. Oh, see what I did there? Every time you go down the ladder and come back up, you should always be carrying something, because something always needs to go down, always needs to go up. I learned that from my first boss. His name was Chuck. He's a fucking legend. Never drank water because, it's for pussies, obviously. I screwed up right here, You see how I put those side to side? Yeah, that was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. I should have put them upright like the way that one I just set down is. And that's where I realized it, and so I had to pull these friggin' things off. And then I'll put them on right directly after that. But, yeah. So this first wall went so smooth, I was like, full of piss and vinegar that day. I was so excited. I was like, man, if it goes this smooth, I'm going to be done in like a week. Well, as this video continues, you'll see why that was retarded. Yeah, 100%. Z came up the ladder with nothing. There's stuff on the ground I need, but left it down there just for fun. Like I said, always moving along. Yeah, this red plastic is a little bit of a pain in the ass to cut, so, you need an incredibly sharp knife. I didn't have one. I had a very dull X-Acto, and, yeah, it frustrated the heck out of me. Don't worry, I went and bought one after this day, because I knew I was going to have to cut more. Yeah, threw some stuff off there, because that's much faster. Loaded up all my tools, because I knew I'm ending for the day, and, alright, now that that back wall is done, I believe I plan on building the front wall here. And the reason I did that is because the way to set the walls up, I came up with an entire plan on how to make sure I could build everything and set it all up at once. And then, in the middle of the night, I realized, oh shoot, that's never going to work because I'm going to have to flip one wall over because of the way that... Anyways, that's what I figured out in my sleep. But here I cut in window frames because I was like, okay, if I can make a square window frame, it's going to fit. Even if it's 3 inches off on one side. No one's going to see it every time you look at it. No freaking chance. Except me. Anyway, so look, I got that first one done. Boom. Easy. No problem. And, yeah. It's actually... Doing that part was pretty easy. I didn't know how tall you're supposed to put a window on a roof, so I just kind of guessed. Or in a room. Hey, look, my mom showed up. Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, hey, Mom, maybe you shouldn't come up the ladder. I'm coming up! No problem. Oh, she's the best. Yeah. I believe, yeah. Yep. Alright. And, yeah, go and finish up this front wall. I gotta frame in the door here, which is, I screwed that up. So I framed in the door for what a door measures, obviously. What I did not do is measure for what a door frame measures, which is what I should have done. So it created a lot more work. There's a whole chapter we're going to go over called Consequences. You'll see me, this time I had to pay with hard labor. The truth is I probably could have gotten away with just doing it the way I wanted to, but that's bit me in the past. So, not this time. Not this time. Yeah. So I frame in the door, and my mom showed up with a lawnmower and just decided to mow, which was very nice of her, very kind. I have a riding mower, but, yeah, a little bit intimidating. So, and she said it's, good for you. But yeah, so as I'm framing in this front wall, I have to look up a bunch of stuff because there's a thing called, like, king studs and I don't remember. I can't even remember the names of the stuff. Jack studs and Jerry studs and all kinds of stuff that you're supposed to do. Here's what I did. I just overbuilt it, and I figured it would be just fine. And, obviously I'm correct because, yeah, it's solid AF. That means as fart. And, yeah, I had to make sure these windows were square no less than 35 times each. And it was very frustrating because, I don't know if you know this, if you adjust one side, then it automatically adjusts the other side just a little bit, so you're back and forth, back and forth. And eventually you just gotta go for it. And that's what I ended up doing. And I haven't installed the windows while I'm recording this, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, pretty sweet. But yeah, I had to look up a lot of things while I was working on this part because framing in stuff is frustrating when you got no idea what the hell you're doing. But as it turns out, I pretty much nailed it. The whole building ended up square, which is frickin' sweet. This is where the GoPro battery dies, right about now.